Welcome to the Out for Smokes podcast, everybody. Welcome to your favorite. Maybe at one point it was your favorite podcast, but once again, we're getting progressively worse. I don't know. It feels like we've been like I haven't seen you guys in a while. Did we bank an episode? It feels like it's been more than a week.
No, it's been a week.
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's the change in the weather, man. It feels like season has passed. Yeah. Is your kid in school yet? What's he in now? Kindergarten?
He's in daycare. No. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to kindergarten with a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Baby genius. Dude.
Yeah, he's a baby genius. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's fall. Fall is in the air. Fall, the horniest of seasons, as we all know. I'm Mike Racine. I'm joined here by my co-host Sean McCarthy, and calling in with COVID-19 is Scott Chaplin. Scott, how's it going? How's COVID?
Dude, I gave my whole family it too.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay though. It's not it ain't a few years ago, and so it just is unfortunate. I keep saying that I'm like suffer bad, but I just get to worry. And
so we're having some. Are you in a barn are you in a barn, Scott? Because we're having some reception issues.
Damn, I would love to just put a gun in my mouth and end everything.
Yeah, because you're a quitter. Stop being a quitter, Sean. It's fine. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm not that you're a quitter. Yeah. Not that you're a quitter. You're you're a hardworking guy, but you I think Scott, how's your reception?
Yeah, I take the subway an hour to get here so that Scott can connect with his 56K modem, his dial-up internet where he zooms in, and we attempt to make a podcast while he fades in and out.
Hey, how's it sound now? It sounds pretty good, probably, right?
Yeah, it sounds great.
If I could understand what you just said, I would agree with.
And another thing is Mike's got to turn off those iMessage alerts because people complain about that.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
People find a way to complain about anything. Oh, you're eating on mic. Oh, your phone keeps going off. I mean, when am I supposed to have dinner? You know what? Deion Sanders said in a press conference recently, "You ain't make me, so you can't break me."
That's right.
So anyway.
Oh, the podcast doesn't have direction. Oh, it's not funny. Yeah. Hey, we talk for 60 minutes.
Well, what
else do you need?
Right. What else do you need? You just need the noise of other people so you don't drive your car into the Chesapeake Bay.
It really is.
Or whatever bay you live near.
Like those weird cartoons you put on for Ben, podcasts are like the adult version of like lullaby music for adults. Just background noise.
Sean, I got to ask, is something going on? Because I feel like maybe you like read a message board or something, or you saw a Reddit post, or you saw like a comment. Because we had a tough time agreeing on an episode topic today. Where we had a tough time getting together. Even though we have to get together, it shouldn't be that hard because we have to get together Thursday night to record because the episode is supposed to come out on Friday. So Thursday is kind of like the last day that we can record, but we had a tough time landing on something. I still think we didn't really land on a topic, but is everything? I guess I got to ask: is everything all right?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're fine. We got messed up because Scott got COVID, so we're planning to do it yesterday, and and Scott was sick, so we have an idea, and I guess this will be the next 2 episodes. We'll talk about the death of Kurt Cobain and Sam Cooke. The musicians both died, I think, in suspicious circumstances.
So we're not doing those today.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, we could go through some of it.
Yeah,
but
I think that's a good idea.
Okay, well, because I have a bit on the Kurt Cobain, and then I didn't look at the Sam Cooke thing.
Okay,
but I mean, I think we love our fans, but we've been kind of at 800 patrons for a few months now, so we're trying to expand, and I think a good way to do that is if we do more of the research kind of stuff, those topic episodes. It can be like. I mean, I always talk about the CIA, but we can also just do more general stuff about, interesting story with famous musicians or like we talked about health insurance.
Maybe that could be our episode today, the art of the podcast. We'll just dissect, we'll talk about our favorite podcasts, talk about what makes a successful podcast, and we'll do a little autopsy of our show, People also don't like it when we get down on ourselves.
Yeah.
But But yeah, so you gave your whole family COVID. Do you know how you got it, Scott?
No, I honestly, I thought it was maybe us meeting up last week. I assumed maybe one of you low-key had it and didn't say anything because I don't really see people, you know. I got my dog. My dog didn't do it. So I don't know. I can't pin it.
Yeah.
Maybe that girl who was on our monthly show who pretended she was a horse with a cock on her.
Ivy Walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, how did the rest of that show go?
Oh, it was really fun, man. It was and that girl is fun. Her name's Ivy Woke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like when comedy is it walk?
Yeah, I think it's walk.
Oh, I thought it was woke. I thought she made up like a misspelling of woke to be funny because she wasn't woke. Because she pretended to be a horse, and which is like my dream. How long I've been saying that on the podcast? Not that I want to be a horse, but that you want to just go on stage and be whatever you feel like being in that moment.
Right.
And she was a fucking horse, man. And I went, damn it, you know.
Yeah.
Let's get to it. Let's do this. It was inspirational.
Yeah. That's interesting because sometimes like you see people and they do something that's so like unhinged, but the audience responds to it. And you go, damn, like I want to do that, but the fear of them thinking you're insane is too big. You know?
Cut to Mike butt naked with his dick tucked between his legs.
You're like, for my next impression, Caitlyn Jenner. Hey, I'm gonna reenact an episode of the Kardashians. I just keep tucking my dick and untucking it between my legs. All right, everybody.
Yeah, it's like an argument.
I'm Chris Jenner now.
Yeah. Get a load of this argument, and then you just continue to tuck your penis in and out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. Well, if you haven't turned this episode off yet, I've been watching. So I decided last night, because I'm kind of working on this pilot a little bit, so I was like, I'm going to watch a couple sitcoms, and I watched an episode of King of Queens, and I think I watched highlights of it like 3 times. But I think I might watch it again from start to finish. It was like such a good episode. It was the Halloween episode. And Arthur forbids Halloween in the house. He like smashes Doug's pumpkin. So then Doug decides he's going to stand up to Arthur and be like, hey, you can't tell me what to do. And then he puts a bunch of Halloween decorations up in the house. And then Arthur comes home and screams, and he has like a heart ischemia. And then so Carrie shows up at the hospital. And she's like, "Oh my God, what happened?" And Doug's like, "Yeah, I don't know. It's probably like because he's old." And the doctor comes out. He goes, "Yeah, I don't know what happened, but he did mention that his son-in-law tried to scare him to death." So then like Doug's in trouble. So then he tries to like apologize to Arthur, and then Arthur's like, Arthur like won't talk to him. And then Arthur goes, "Do you ever?" He's like, "Did I ever tell you about my father?" He's like, "My father was a gambler, and every once in a while he'd throw a nickel my way when he'd win. But on Halloween one year was particularly bad, and he made me trick or treat until my feet were numb. He made me change costumes 3 or 4 times, so the neighbors wouldn't know." He's like, "But they knew." And then he also mentions, and it's just like such a great, like you really feel bad for Arthur, you know. And then Doug goes to the. I still think you should watch. I'm gonna summarize this whole episode, but I still think you should watch it. Then Doug goes to the. There's like a pizza shop that he likes. He's like, my father gave me a nickel, and I'd go get some lemon ices, and at Gabe's Pizzeria. So they like go to they find the pizzeria. It's in the Bronx, and the guy's like, "Sorry, we're closed." And Doug tries to like appeal to him, and the guy's like, "Oh wow, I had a heart ischemia." He's like, "It's not that bad." So the guy goes to take the garbage down. They lock the door. They jump behind the counter, and he's like, "I'm gonna get him some lemon ices, damn it!" And then he starts scooping the ice into a pint, and he's like, "This is pineapple," and then he dumps it out. And he's like, "This one's banana." He's like, "They're all yellow." And then a guy comes in and orders a slice and a Coke, and then he has to like get it for him. And he's like, "Is Pepsi okay?" And then they run away, and they give Arthur the lemon ices. I don't know.
I do like that you can actually hear real crickets from Scott's microphone as Mike summarizes sitcom plot lines.
those are crickets, aren't they?
It's an appropriate background music.
Well,
for our
I
podcast.
I was ready to.
No, you did great.
No, but I was ready to do
Sam Cooke.
to do Sam Cooke and Kurt Cobain. But then Sean was like, we're not ready. Sean's been getting cold feet about the show.
Feet. I don't know. I think it probably works better in person. Those will be the next 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But
anyway, what else is happening? John
Yeah.
Fetterman, huh? He's walking through Congress looking like a fucking junkie. Huh? He's showing up to work. Put a goddamn suit on, you fucking freak.
Mhm.
What's
Dude,
happening over there?
My one brother-in-law, I think, like, he thinks he wants to be John Fetterman. Is his
Yeah.
goal, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he's like a tiny version of him.
Yeah.
there's there's no way your wife is still sexually attracted to you after you check yourself into rehab for depression and anxiety, right? Like, you could probably fuck John Fetterman's
Yeah,
wife.
I don't know.
Like, you gotta, if you're married, you gotta make something up rather than say that to your wife.
Mm-hmm.
I have terminal cancer.
Yeah.
I'm an alcoholic. That's much better.
Right.
That's a man's kind of thing.
Yeah. That gives women the ick when you talk about
Depression.
when you talk about
anxiety.
depression.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching some Kurt Cobain stuff today, and I was like, and I said to Devin, I was like, a lot of people think because in his suicide note, he says to his daughter, he goes, and we will do this. We'll also talk about this next week.
Right.
But in his suicide note, this is about suicide, not Kurt Cobain.
Uh-huh.
But he says to his daughter, he's like to my daughter, like, your life is going to be so much better without me.
Yeah. That part of his suicide note at the bottom where the handwriting changes completely.
Mhm.
Yeah, he says that to his daughter in that part of the suicide note.
In the note he wrote for his suicide.
Mm-hmm.
When you take 5 times the lethal dosage of heroin and then you are completely fine to put the needle away cleanly and then load up a shotgun and blow your head off.
See, I want to talk about this, Sean, because I watched a video that kind of debunked those conspiracies.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so send me the debunk video.
Mhm.
And
I will.
I'll go through it,
I will.
and then we'll engage the debunkers.
Yeah.
Somebody on our Discord, like,
Why are you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
oh,
ahead.
he's just he was making fun of me, like saying that I like half read a book, and then like he has the he took a screenshot from that episode of The Simpsons when Lisa's in the treehouse telling them stories about like giants or some bullshit. Fuck, I forget how he did it.
Yeah. I think we need to understand that like podcasts, it's about I think more riffs, less reading, because
Yeah.
I did a podcast recently with 2 of my good friends, but they had sort of like a theme of their episode, and a lot of it ended up just being one of the guys like reading some research that he did. It felt like a book report a little bit.
Well,
Not that I don't like.
No, you're right. I think that the topics are good for getting new people in.
Yeah.
Because I think if they don't already like us and know us, then
Mhm.
it's like, who wants to listen to some guys hang out and riff?
Mm-hmm.
So you're right that like those research episodes can just kind of become book reports.
Yeah.
Or here's the Wikipedia article I read this week. But
Right,
it's
right.
nice when there's a theme we can put on, like Kurt Cobain or Sam
Right.
or like our Mort Saul Dick Gregory episode that actually got a fair number of new listeners.
Yeah, it
Nice.
still gets comments.
Yeah.
Now it was funny because when Scott brought up his brother-in-law for a second, I'm so stupid. I was like, which sister's husband is it?
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
gonna
it's-
say, Scott.
there's
was that-
only one.
Scott, was that difficult giving your family COVID since that's like the 4th disease your sister got this week?
Well, this new COVID only.
She calls out of work. She's like, I can't come to the club tonight. I have gonorrhea and COVID. If she just had one disease, she would have been fine. I'm sorry that's such a crutch, Scott.
I know.
I mean,
that-
it's
No,
like
no.
when the episode sucks, we have our little, It's like, yeah.
It's got to be like the countdown to a timer to a bomb going off is when that riffing on Scott's sister being slutty isn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
Like we got a month of podcast left, and
Yeah.
then I don't know what the fuck we're gonna do.
Yeah. But anyway, how's she doing? How's my girl doing, Scott?
Well, I mean, she's the only one who didn't get it, actually.
Really?
Yeah, which
Mhm.
either means just an immunity,
Yeah.
or I heard, this new COVID, only if you got the shot you get it. So,
Yeah. Oh,
She
really?
didn't get the shot.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. It sounds right.
So I guess she
I'm
was.
sure enough people are saying it.
I guess she was right about the vaccine.
Yeah, she might be right about everything, man. Oh no.
Yeah. Didn't you say that she said that if you spend enough time in the sun, you won't get it?
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
have
She
enough
said
sunlight.
you just need sunlight. Yeah,
It rocks.
Yeah.
yeah. She says it dies in the sun. She said the sun kills it,
Yeah.
like it's ants.
You just gotta hold a magnifying glass up to it.
Yeah. Up to your fucking temple.
Your sister called in to work with chlamydia, but it's all just COVID symptoms. She's like, "Oh, I'm coughing. I got a fever. I killed my grandmother."
Yeah. Typically, what's going on with my pussy, but with my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get it. Okay.
How are your symptoms, Scott? Or how have they been?
I'm all right today. I keep thinking I'm okay, and then I wake up 3 hours later. There's a lot of that. Other than that, just stuffy today, though. I had a hell of a sore throat for the last maybe 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But I'm getting better. And my mother is a mess. I feel really bad about that.
Yeah.
Nothing like moving back home and then, getting your mom real sick with that thing she avoided the last 5 years. It's fucking so embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? I don't think that my parents got my brother the vaccine, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, he's already retarded.
Right.
Well, they got to tie him
I know.
down and stuff.
What's the worst that
right?
could happen?
He's cured.
They got to tie him.
It's like
He's
King Kong
perfectly
and-
normal.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, he starts a podcast.
He becomes like Beast from X-Men.
Yeah,
He starts
yeah.
solving equations, but he looks still like he looks.
Yeah. When they give him the vaccine, it looks like those videos where they clean a gorilla's teeth. And he's just like strapped down. But yeah, I don't know what's Fetterman's deal. The guy won't put a suit on.
His depression and anxiety.
Is that why?
I mean, I guess he had a stroke too.
Yeah. So he had a stroke, so he can't dress like it's like he's got to look like a slob.
It's so hard to make $500,000 a year and be a senator and have like an immediate make work 7-figure job as soon as I retire after doing nothing for 6 to 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, I don't know if this is what he's doing, but it looks like he's trying to like appeal to, like he's doing like a Kristen Cinema thing, where he's like, I'm quirky. I don't like it. I don't like anybody. Nobody who's. I don't like anybody who's quirky.
I got to make sure we're thinking of the same guy. What's his full name again? I'm Googling it.
John Fetterman. He's the senator from Pennsylvania.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he looks like he's a damn Frankenstein's monster, right?
Yeah.
We got to edit out
That-
the 3 minutes it takes for Scott's internet to load the image. He's got the last AOL connection in America.
I think it's amazing he wants to talk in front of people like that, after his ancestors were chased with flaming torches and stuff. Yeah, they tried to make this guy cool, and he's like illiterate, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
They thought he was like, he can't form sentences. Am I correct?
I think so.
He had a stroke.
He had a stroke.
He had trouble with the speech for a while. I guess he's mostly recovered. I haven't really watched an interview with him recently, but yeah, he had trouble with speech for a while. But I don't know. That's just something I just got really pissed off when I read that he was like in the hospital for like depression, anxiety for like 2 or 3 months. Mainly just because it's like, I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
Like if you're, I'm depressed and anxious
Yeah.
about my life and my podcast, I would like to just go do nothing, not do my job for
Wait,
2 to 3
you
months.
can be anxious about the podcast, but you're not. Are you depressed about it?
No, I'm not depressed about the podcast.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
I'm exaggerating for a point.
It's hard. It's hard to sit down here every week and
we
just
suffer.
feel everybody hating.
That's
you.
like it's
Just
so
feel
good.
everybody.
It is so good because it's like every time I go into the podcast, I'm like, damn, I would love to just bitch about the podcast for an hour.
Yeah.
But I know how much that pisses off the listeners because it's like, hey, buddy, we got real problems.
Yeah.
But then it's like that just makes me want to do it more.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like,
well, what do you want to
those
bitch about?
people.
Maybe we can work through some of these issues.
No,
Maybe we can troubleshoot. You know,
I don't have any. You know what? Actually, my only
this
issue,
episode will be just be like restarting your computer, basically.
my only issue is with the listeners and the fact that we've been sitting on like 800 patrons for like 4 months now.
Mm-hmm. So you're mad at the.
I'm mad at the listeners.
You're
I
mad
don't
at
think
the
they're
listeners.
holding up their.
It's
I don't
so
think
funny. You said that in the group chat today. I was like, that's so insane. he's like, you know what? We're losing subscribers. Fuck these people.
I don't
Fuck
think,
the ones who stayed.
I don't think they're holding up their end of the bargain. I
Yeah.
think we've made a good podcast for a year and a half, and I
Uh-huh.
think it's like instead of thinking what can we do for them, we need to be
Right.
thinking what can they do
What
for
could
us.
they do for us? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like Sean opens up an ice cream shop and there's just a big sign out front that says, "Get the extra large, you fucking pieces of shit." Buy more ice to the people who are already coming in the store.
Right.
Yeah, why don't you buy more? You just want one scoop? You look like you're anorexic.
Yeah.
Karen Carpenter ass motherfucker.
We need to aggressively roast and attack the listeners.
Yeah.
And
This man looks like Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I don't feel like they're holding up their end of the bargain.
You don't feel like they're holding
I
up
think
their
this
end of the bargain.
podcast is better than 95% of the ones that make more money than us.
Right. You want them to open up their wallets.
I want them to open up their wallets.
Yeah.
More subscriptions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of like, it's just maybe that's the instead of trying to be good, we just complain.
Yeah.
Until they give us more money.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, we may have new perks.
We should do like a
coming soon.
teledrive, like a telethon.
I love that.
Give me more money and just give us more fucking money. and the more money we get, we'll get funnier. We'll get funnier the more money you give us.
Hire writers.
The more money you Venmo us. Yeah, we'll hire a bunch of scab writers.
That's such a perfect analogy too, because I remember like when I
Mhm.
would listen to public radio in the car or whatever,
Mhm.
and then that one day every few months they'd be like, "We're having a teledrive." You'd be like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
Just like no entertainment. They're
Yeah.
just begging for money the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's like this is the way we got to do it. It's
Yeah.
like once a month we just do a telethon episode
Mm-hmm.
where we say the entertainment stops,
Yeah.
the research stops,
Yeah.
the banter, the
Mhm.
wittiness, the jokes about Scott's sister. We're shutting that all down, and we're just gonna like give you a phone number for an hour
Yep.
and demand, or we'll give you a Venmo account.
We just bring my brother in here and hold a gun to his head. if we don't make our goal, we execute him. How do you like that? We can play fucking hardball with you guys. You want some of that? You want to be responsible for an autistic boy's death? You pieces of shit.
We leave New York and we start shooting the podcast from an unknown location, and we just abuse your dog Frankie when people don't
Yeah.
subscribe enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sell him to a dog fighting ring if we don't hit 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to sell him to a Puerto Rican dog fighting ring where he won't really stand a chance.
Not one of those white ones, okay?
Yeah.
He's gonna actually have to fight in there.
Oh, could that be a movie, like a kid's movie, like a deadbeat dad who hasn't been around for his kid, but his kid loves pit bulls because the mom's boyfriend is like a pit bull guy, so the guy enters a dog fighting ring like himself and starts fighting pit bulls to get his kid back.
Yeah.
Now he's got one shot.
We still get like
Owen Wilson is.
the dad's like just some white dude like Bryan Cranston or
Yeah,
something, and
yeah,
the mom's dating a dude in the Bronx.
Yeah. What is this? You're fucking this Dominican guy who loves pit bulls? Now he's gonna teach those pit bulls a lesson. And he just learns how to like fight pit bulls with his bare hands.
Right.
That could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has to like drown a dog to win the respect of the other Latino gang members in
Mm-hmm.
172nd Street.
Yeah.
It's a real like the fish out of water white guy movie that needs a revitalization.
Right. He just shows up in a do-rag. They're like, "Where's your dog at?" He's just like going. Dun, 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 dun. What do you think of that, Scott?
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're our race expert on the show.
That's the only reason I'm calling in today.
Yeah. Yeah, we have.
I'm on the fields, right? Well, that's a weird way to say that. I didn't mean that. I meant like the way a weather reporter says it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. Do you think
He said
Scott?
I'm on the fields.
Do you think Scott could like? Scott? You should try to. You know what you should do for the show? You should go to try to get a job as professor of African American studies at like Columbia, just from your background, and see what they do. See if they let you.
Record the interview.
Yeah. Scott's just like, we go to see Scott at work and he's got a sport coat with leather elbows and he's just like sitting on his desk. He's like, yo. He's somehow an expert in yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah, Columbia they transfer those credits. 20 years of dating exclusively African American women.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's worth like 4 semesters.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. This episode is like, it's not monkey's paw is the wrong analogy, but like I was researching. I was going to put an outline together for the topic that we picked, and then Sean got worried about not doing it.
Wait, how's that monkey paw?
It's not. I said monkey paw was a bad analogy, but it's like kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, I guess.
It's not
Sean,
a monkey's paw. What are you
it's
talking
not a. Well, it's not a monkey's paw.
Monkey's paw is you wish for something and you get it, but
I know.
it has
I know.
a drawback.
Yeah. 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 Like I don't know.
Like
What's a
having
monkey's
sex
paw?
with Scott's sister and you get chlamydia. That's a monkey's paw situation. I wish I could have sex with Scott's sister and then you get chlamydia. That's a monkey's paw.
And then you actually get a monkey's paw. Your fist, you lose movement in your hand, and it gets stuck, and it turns black, and it looks like a monkey's paw.
It's a rare disease.
Yeah.
That a trucker went to the Congo.
Yeah, yeah.
Had sex with a monkey, and then he came back to the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh my God, your penis looks like a monkey's paw.
No, it's like a monkey's paw. Like it's like you get fisted in the ass, but you get AIDS from it. So it's
there
like
we
a
go.
double-edged
All right,
sword,
yeah.
a monkey's paw.
Now we're cooking. Oh hell yeah,
dude! It's so great. We do that after I bitch about only 800 subscribers, as if
Yeah.
that's not 800 too many.
yeah. I know.
For what we do on this.
I know. Well, you got nervous about the episode, and then I was like, all right, well, let's not do it. And now we have nothing.
That's
now
fine.
we're doing an episode with literally nothing.
We're Rupert Murdoch stepped down. Yeah.
What if Rupert Murdoch entered a pit bull fighting ring, folks? Huh? That'd be kind of funny. Hi, it's me.
I thought Rupert Murdoch was gone already because of sexual harassment allegations.
Roger Ailes, but I would see where you would think that.
You know, his face looks like a melted scoop of ice cream because he had a botched facelift.
Really?
Yeah, it happened.
That's
And he was like, his previous wife was like a Chinese communist spy, and Tony Blair fucked her while they were still together. Tony Blair cucked Rupert Murdoch. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything about that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I guess they had a falling out because they were friends, actually. Like Rupert Murdoch, I mean, he's most famous for a variety of reasons. In the United States for Fox News, but in the United Kingdom, he was like one of the people who like really controlled the tabloid press over there. And so he was a big backer of the Tories, the Conservative Party in the UK in the 80s. But then with Tony Blair and New Labour, where they kind of did the same Clinton thing where they went to the right, Rupert Murdoch actually came on side, and his papers started, supporting Tony Blair and New Labour, or at least like not being as critical. So him and Tony Blair became friends. And then after Tony Blair left office, he fucked his wife. And there was a falling out there.
Damn.
What's her name? Like Wendy Deng or something?
I don't know, but you gotta, if you're gonna have a second wife, it's gotta be like a type of Asian.
I think that was his third wife.
Okay. Yeah, you can't go white wife your whole life.
She was a Chinese spy, you said?
Yeah, she's a Chinese spy, or it's highly suspected that she is. It's never been actually proven, but she probably does.
Wouldn't like the best kind of Chinese spy make you think they're a Japanese spy?
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be the best Chinese spy?
Wendy Dang Murdoch.
You bring around you're like, this is my girlfriend, Jennifer Kurosawa.
Yeah, they go, what is this? What is this? Some Korean spy? And
Yeah,
they go, she's the best Chinese spy ever.
Yeah. Yeah, in America, it seems like easy job. Let's see what else is happening. You guys got another topic, or you want me to tell a story?
You can tell a story.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I am I was a BFA theater major in college. I went to college for 2 years for acting, dropped out, didn't really like the program. But I was reminded of this guy. I took Deb out for dinner a couple nights ago, and we passed that old Barnes & Noble on 6th Avenue? It used to be a Barnes & Noble. It's a big Barnes & Noble on 6th Avenue in like Greenwich Village. Yeah. Anyway, who cares? You guys all live in rural Pennsylvania and you fuck your cousins. But so there was a guy that I took a college. So we took this class in college. It was like my freshman year of college. It was like Introduction to Theater or something. So there's 3 characters in this story that I want to open with. So the first character is this guy Tom. He worked at that Barnes & Noble. I saw him working there like years later after college. He was a very like artsy kid. He was a black guy. He would wear like pink like ribbons in his hair. Right. So he would come to class in like brightly colored vet. He looked like an art student kind of. So he's the first character. Second character was this nerdy guy named Joe Christensen, who I'm pretty sure he wore jeans with elastic on them. Like, that like when you would wear like elastic jeans when you were in like 2nd grade.
Right. That's actually, here's some life advice for Benjamin. A guy told me that if you wear like those kind of sweatpants and then you can go to the strip club and get a lap dance for $20 and you'll come immediately.
Like guy at Whole Foods.
Yeah, guy at Whole Foods.
It does feel good, I know. And they have to be like loose enough too. They can't have like been through the dryer a couple times.
So that's our life advice for Benjamin for the week.
There you go.
Is if you're listening to this like 20 years from now, missing your father, you can just take out one of his trusty old pairs of sweatpants and wear it to the nearest strip club. And a $20, it might cost $30 by that point, but a lap dance will go a long way.
I've never come at a strip club.
No, me neither.
Yeah, that's disgusting. Like, you're a fucking slime ball if you do that.
You just come in your fucking sweatpants.
Yeah,
you just gotta walk around with like
literally
nut on yourself.
Take the bus back you gotta ride back to the Queen Center Mall. You gotta meet your mom for her to buy you pants.
Yeah, that's
your
so
mom's
cool.
like, what happened to these? I just bought you these sweatpants last week, Ronald. Damn, Mom, I don't know. This city's nasty. I think it's all the crime. You tell her a homeless guy came on you. Yo, Mom, I wasn't looking at this homeless guy. Dude, I did put my stroller and my shoes right in the pile of piss yesterday. I was taking the elevator down to the subway and I rolled right over. Like I just sat in somebody's piss for a little bit.
Yeah, like every
greatest city in the world.
Every New York elevator in the subway just has piss.
Yeah.
Like a puddle of piss somewhere.
I know, and I can carry the stroller, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Anyway,
your story.
okay, so the second character is this guy Joe, who would wear like elastic jeans, very kind of nerdy, like awkward guy. The third character is the professor of the class. His name was Eric something. I think he was like the head of the theater department. And one of the girls that went to the school said that he reminded her of Butters from South Park. Not really by mannerisms, like he didn't sound like Butters, but his attitude was he was kind of like kind of a cheerful guy. So we had this assignment where we were required to write scenes. Everybody had to write like a dramatic scene. So the kid Tom wrote this scene, and the scene was performed by the nerdy kid Joe and this girl. And the scene is like, so Joe is reading this one character. He's reading the character of this guy, and he's doing like a weird voice. Like, I don't know, he's doing some kind of accent where he's like, I don't really. He's playing a guy who's like mad at his girlfriend. So he's like, I don't understand. You're never around, and blah blah blah. And the guy in the scene is mad at his girlfriend because she's never around and she spends too much time with her female friend. Then he presses her for a little bit, and he's like, if I wasn't, and I'm thinking like, what's this guy doing with his voice? Is he like Cajun or something? So then in the scene, he presses the girlfriend, and the girlfriend is like, yes, we are having an affair. She's my girlfriend, and she understands me, and when she goes down on me, I remember her saying, like, when she goes down on me, I'm like, this guy just like wrote like a porn, he just wrote like the intro to a porn. So they finish the scene, and then the professor of the class, he's like sitting there, and he's like nodding, he's like slowly nodding his head. Like he just saw something really profound, and he goes, wow, that was really powerful. He's like, and this is a black guy, correct? Like the guy in the scene. And I was like, oh, that's what he was doing with his voice. He was doing this nerdy like white dude that wore elastic jeans was like, oh, you need to come home late at night. And I didn't pick up on it, but the teacher did. He goes, this is a black guy, correct? What's happening over there?
Scott was sucked into a sinkhole.
Yeah. Anyway, what else is happening? How about any fun conspiracies you guys want to?
I have a question
into?
for Sean.
Yeah.
He's probably talked about it on the pod before, but I'm looking to get red pilled on 9/11. What's like the best documentary to start with?
Probably 9/11 in New Pearl Harbor.
Okay.
It's like 6 hours long. It's great though.
Perfect.
It goes all the way through. It's back up on YouTube. And it's like there's stuff in it that I'm not so sure about. Like, they have the video of one of the flight attendants, or the audio. One of the flight attendants calling about the hijacking, and there's like, she says something indiscernible, and they're like, she says it's a frame. Like you can hear her say, it's a frame. And it's like, I don't know if I buy that, but most of the rest of it is pretty interesting, and like just raises a lot of questions that nobody has any good answers to. For example, the Pentagon, most secure facility on the entire world. We get one camera angle of a plane hitting it, and then the FBI goes and confiscates the footage at a nearby hotel and gas station, the security camera footage that would have that plane on it. Never released it for some reason. So I don't really know. I mean, I do think a plane hit the Pentagon, but maybe not the one they say, or maybe...
sounds like somebody's tiny penis was caught on camera. That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay.
Why else would someone want to? Why would they recover a videotape unless one guy has a tiny penis?
Right.
No, that'd be perfect. It's like 9/11 happened exactly how the official story went, but there was like an FBI guy taking his dick out on a playground, like next to the Pentagon.
Yeah.
And so they had to confiscate all the footage.
Or imagine you work in like the South Tower, and like you've had like just the tiniest dick your whole life. Women laugh at you all the time when you take it out, but you're like scheduled to get penis enlargement surgery on September 13th. And as soon as the plane hits, you're like, what the fuck? All you can think about is you're gonna die having a little dick.
That'd be terrible.
Yeah.
And there was somebody there with that exact scenario.
I'm sure, right? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
Okay.
Like, if you've seen Love Actually, right?
Yeah.
Where like Love Actually, Hugh Grant plays like a fake version of Tony Blair.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of imagine like Tony Blair fucking Rupert Murdoch's wife. He's like, oh, I'm so terribly sorry. I just have to fuck your pussy right now. I have to fuck my friend's pussy. I'm so sorry.
It appears I've come. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Oh, it's because I've nutted inside of you.
I'm so awkward. I'm so sorry. I've just come all over your face.
That's the thing they don't really do anymore, the awkward British guy.
I know.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Can we write a movie called Cum Actually? and it's just like a bunch of different people all over the world, and they're all coming on each other. Like 8. Okay. Here's the pitch. 8 different couples all around London, and they've all somebody's come on, or somebody's trying to get come on, or someone's just been cummed on, or somebody. Let's see, because what are the storylines in Love Actually?
Right.
You
Never saw it.
You never saw it?
It's a terrible movie. And also, speaking of 9/11, it does my biggest annoyance with 9/11 stuff is not like official story, even though that's very annoying. But the worst is kind of the live, laugh, love 9/11 bullshit that you see sometime. And that's what Love Actually opens with. It's like, in the World Trade Center, the final messages that they left to their loved ones were not about hate. They were messages of love. And it's like,
yeah, what the fuck?
Suck my dick. They all got murdered. Oh, great. Right. Oh, yeah, these murder victims
right.
were preaching messages of love. Yeah, that's a really great message for me to take away about why we should all ignore the fact that Dick Cheney's responsible.
Well, I guess what they're trying to say is like when you get to the end of your life,
right?
There's only love.
I would be mad.
Yeah,
I would be like, what the fuck? Why isn't Larry Silverstein here in this diner with me?
Yeah,
he booked this breakfast meeting.
Yeah, I saw his name on the logbook. It said reserve a table for Larry Silverstein. The hostess said, no, that's Larry Silverstein's table, and he's not fucking here.
You know, I think we talked about this on our 9/11 episode, but Larry Silverstein, owner of the World Trade Center, shows up to breakfast at Windows on the World, a restaurant in the World Trade Center, 107th floor. He shows up for breakfast.
What day?
Every day.
Yeah.
From July 2001 up to and except on September 11, 2001.
For how long?
Like, what is that, 3 months? July.
Yeah,
August,
but wait,
September.
in his defense, he also didn't eat there after either.
I was trying to get a bit or for a stand up. I don't know, but essentially the concept is like, how mad would you be if you were the guy who worked the brunch shift there and one of your regulars didn't tell you 9/11 was coming? You know. Just like this guy sends back omelets every fucking day.
Yeah.
And you just have to like make him with a smile and he leaves 10%. And then he just lets you die in 9/11.
You're like, hey, where's Mr. Silverstein? And also, I don't see Mr. Stein or Mr. Cohen or Mr. Goldblatt here either. What's happening?
All my worst customers.
Yeah.
This is the best day ever.
Oh, I guess I'm not getting a 12% tip today. There we go.
Yeah, actually, Cum Actually. That's the
okay,
title. That's what Deb says when she has to work in the morning. Oh, come on. All right, fine. Yeah, I guess it doesn't work.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying to like make it work.
Yes.
Let's see.
The idea would be like just finish and then yeah.
Or maybe it opens at Michael Che's house.
There you go.
Does that work?
We hit all the hits today.
Yeah.
This is like a greatest hits podcast. It's just like we had an episode planned, and then we're just like, let's just do all 5 of those bits that we've thought of in a year and a half of doing this.
Someday we're gonna be like the Rolling Stones. We're gonna go on tour and like play theaters and just not speak to each other after the show. They're like, oh God, I love how Mike and Sean and Scott, they're like such good friends, and we just fucking hate each other.
Dude, we get like Freebird hecklers. They're like, call Scott's sister a whore.
Dude, as soon as the show's over, all our assistants come over with an umbrella so we don't have to look at each other. Because we just hate each other that much.
Dude, I hope we all get there, that we just have enough money that we can all hate each other and not be friends anymore.
Yeah.
That would be the happiest ending.
Yeah, because now we have no money, we all hate each other.
The least happy ending would be like, we just do this at the current financial level for 20 years and we all stay friends and we like help raise Ben.
Yeah.
That would be the fail ending.
Yeah.
That would be, we have not accomplished what we set out for in life.
Yeah.
The happy ending is one of us leaves the podcast to do stand-up and then just starts an advice show and ends up kind of doing the same thing they were before, but there's a lifelong friendship destroyed in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Over money. Over large amounts of money.
Over large amounts of money, yeah. I've never been like legitimately angry at you guys though.
No, I'm not
Yeah.
angry. I'm
Yeah.
still
No.
happy with the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we need a better system for like splitting up research.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I can do my CIA bullshit, but
Well, let me ask you this though:
uh-huh.
realistically, how much time ideally would each of us devote to research? Because I feel like I can't give more than a day.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I think you could
and I
do
also
it
feel like that's not the show.
3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. Okay.
Because maybe we could just do like the free episodes more research heavy, and then we'll kind of do because these looser ones, a lot of times they're really good,
Mm-hmm.
but it is like rolling a die every time. I
Mhm.
mean, this is jazz, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if it'll
Mhm.
be good or not.
Right.
But there are a lot of times where the episode wraps, and I think the attitude is like, well, we'll try again next week, and then all the comments are like, this was great.
Yeah.
All right. So in Cum Actually, Liam Neeson, he's just lost his wife. Now, how did he lose his wife in that movie, though?
In Love Actually,
Yeah.
I can't even remember.
I don't think they explain it, but it opens on his wife's funeral.
It is fun. Like you know how your brain like protects you from like a traumatic event like rape by disassociating. That's what happened to me when I watched the movie Love Actually.
Uh-huh.
My brain disassociated, and I don't remember any of the plot
Yeah.
except for that Hugh Grant played Prime Minister Tony Blair.
Yeah.
And I guess he wanted to like fuck his secretary, but it was really romantic or something.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm
No, yeah, it was like
I'm
his
such a
housekeeper.
terribly awkward war criminal. I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, I'm so embarrassed. I starved 500,000 Iraqi children with sanctions.
I want to deport you, but I'm so horny. I want to send you back to Tunisia where you came from, or whatever. I don't know where the immigrants from. Yeah. So what's another? Oh, so in Love Actually, right? There's the Alan Rickman storyline where he gives he wants to fuck his secretary because there's like the hot young piece of ass at his job.
Yeah.
Man, that was sad though. He goes and he gets her a necklace.
Yeah.
And then he gives his wife a Joni Mitchell CD, but she sees the necklace. So she goes, "Oh, I'm getting a necklace for Christmas." And then
we should make Cum Actually for the fellas.
Uh-huh.
Because Love Actually, that's the romantic comedy for the women.
Right.
Cum Actually is just about like 8 guys trying to get pussy and all getting pussy.
It's got a happy ending. It's got an unrealistic happy ending, like just some fat piece of shit with some ends up with Leah Remini, like some smoking hot girl. Yeah, it's like a bunch of incels and they all get girlfriends. That's the end of Cum Actually. Yeah. And all the guys take their girlfriends to see it. She's like, "That would never happen." He's like, "Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Let me enjoy my movie."
Right. It's like Jonah Hill fucks Zoe Kravitz.
Mm-hmm. Did he?
No, I mean
in
the movie.
Yeah.
In the fictional movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's some other fat guy?
They don't really have fat
anymore.
Celebrities anymore.
It's
Bobby
terrible.
Moynihan died.
That's too bad.
Yeah. Bobby Moynihan got he tried to eat a bike pump and got full of air and flew.
They have to release Cum Actually on Christmas too.
Yeah.
It's a Christmas movie
course,
for the dudes.
Of course.
About how the miracle of Christmas is 8 like slobby guys get pussy.
Maybe Cum Actually, like he instead of a necklace, it's a pearl necklace, and he texts Alan Rickman. I mean, Alan Rickman's dead, so you have to AI him. So it's just AI Alan Rickman. Okay,
yeah.
Stay with me.
We're doing great.
AI Alan Rickman, and he texts Emma Thompson, and he goes, "I'm going to give you a pearl necklace tonight. I'm going to give you a pearl necklace." And then he goes and he gives his secretary a pearl necklace. And then he comes home and he goes, "Here's a fucking Joni Mitchell CD. I'm tired. I'm going to bed." And she's like, "Where's my pearl necklace?" And he's like, "Oh, it appears I've been a classic fool. I've shot some classic goo." What a shitty podcast. God damn it.
Great.
What a terrible fucking show.
We
And
deserve
Sean's complaining that
only
we're losing
800 people
subscribers.
pay money for this. That's so fucked up.
I just shot some goo. It appears I've shot some goo. Cum Actually.
Yeah, Hugh Grant plays like a Harvey Weinstein figure.
Yeah.
It's like casting couch stuff.
Yeah.
I'm so terribly sorry, but if you want the part, you're going to have to suck my dick.
Yeah. And then So there's the other thing. Who Colin Firth? There's a storyline where he dates the Portuguese woman. He falls in love with the Portuguese woman. And she can't speak English. She can't speak English and he can't speak Portuguese, but he falls in love with her. So then he ends up learning Portuguese and she learns English. So then he says, "I want to come on your tits" in Portuguese. And then she says, he's like, "Oh, titones." I don't know how Portuguese is an interesting. It doesn't sound like anything, you know.
Yeah.
So he learns to say, "I want to come on your tits" in Portuguese, and then she says, "Can you come on my tits in English?" Yeah. He's like, "Oh, you learned English." She's like, "You learned the Portuguese for me." Cum Actually. Okay.
Yeah, I mostly only heard Portuguese when my wife was yelling at me because she was mad I was stoned. I know all the
That's
Portuguese
fun, though.
words for when a woman is upset that you went and saw your friend and had a couple puffs.
Yeah.
Maybe had an edible.
How do you say "good for nothing" communist in Portuguese?
I'm sure I heard it at some point.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. That's cool. Oh, Scott's fucking phone died.
They shut off his
Jesus
electricity. 4 months of non-payment.
Yeah, the bookie showed up to collect. Anyway, all right. Well, you know what, Sean? Maybe Scott's not here, but we could. I bet we can close out this episode. There's only 18 other characters in Love Actually that we can change to Cum Actually.
Sometimes I get mad at myself because my memory's terrible. So I get frustrated. I can't always articulate scenarios, but sometimes it protects me where I just can't remember the plot of Love Actually. And I can barely contribute to this bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't have to remember that I ever watched that shitty fucking movie.
Yeah. You watched it with your wife?
No, I watched it before I met my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, because one of the writers of that is one of the co-writers of Blackadder Goes Forth, which
Scott.
is
Sorry.
my favorite satire.
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
It's if any of the listeners haven't seen, Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, is they did a 4-series show called Blackadder, and the best one is the last one.
Wait, Mr. Bean is in Love Actually.
Oh, he is, yeah.
What's that store? Oh, he's the guy at the department store who gets the necklace ready.
Yeah.
So maybe he's like the guy that Alan Rickman practices coming on before he goes to his secretary's house.
It's a great idea.
He's the fluffer.
He's the fluffer. Yeah. Ready in a couple of minutes, sir.
Just
ready.
Imagine.
Could we be quite quick? Because he keeps going. Could we be quite quick?
Just imagining Mr. Bean making Mr. Bean face while sucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. This is a $1 billion idea right here.
Yeah, we're gonna see it on somebody else's show.
I know.
It's gonna be
SNL is gonna steal this. This is the writer strike's gonna end. They're gonna have nothing. 11 p.m. on a Thursday, and they're gonna put this on.
This will be the first sketch back.
Cum Actually.
Yeah. Colin Jost is on Late Night with Seth Meyers, and Seth Meyers is like, "So your iconic sketch? You read a sketch called Cum Actually. It was great." And Colin Jost is like, "Yeah, it just came to me. I'm just a very talented writer. I don't steal. I'm not a bad person at all."
Interviewed on Charlie Rose. Now, what makes Cum Actually a satire?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just talking very deeply about it.
Yeah,
I could have riffed that out,
but there's no Charlie Rose or Larry King anymore.
There
There's
isn't.
There's no Larry King was a really good interviewer.
Yeah. Larry King was good. Charlie Rose was good. Joe Rogan's honestly pretty good. I mean, that's the main to be a good interviewer, in my opinion. Brian Lamb, he retired. He was on C-SPAN. But depends a lot on the guest. But generally, you just ask open questions. And you let them talk.
Yeah,
and that's what Charlie Rose, Larry King.
There's got to be like a lack of an ego.
Brian Lamb.
Yeah,
Lamb was fascinating. He was I watch a lot of the old C-SPAN compilations on YouTube. Brian Lamb is the guy who put C-SPAN together, but he would read an entire book.
Yeah.
And then maybe ask 4 questions.
Yeah.
He's done that in interviews.
Over preparing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just prepare like crazy, but then you
Yeah.
ask open-ended questions and you let the subject talk without interrupting them too much.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's a good interviewer.
It is an interesting. You don't see people take their work that seriously anymore.
No.
But
No, 'cause
yeah.
everyone who's interviewed, you want to look cool.
Yeah.
You want to be the cool, funny one.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You don't
Yeah.
want to let the guest
You
just
know-
kind of speak.
You know Stuart Fullerton? She's a comic.
No.
Her dad like died of a cocaine overdose when she was a kid. So I was asking her about that last night, and I was like, "Man, I'm like Larry King. I feel like Larry King over here. I bet I could do this professionally. Just interview
You could.
people, get them talking.
Just asking an open-ended question to a person,
Yeah,
like you're Larry King.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. I was saying, I was like, if I died of a cocaine overdose when I had 2 kids, I'd be so mad at myself.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's not like a ghost. Like he
Yeah.
should be haunting something.
Yeah.
You know,
What did Geraldo die of? Greg Giraldo.
some kind of overdose. I think.
Yeah.
What
The
did
ghosts usually haunt when they've been done wrong, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and a cocaine overdose is usually a good time, right? They're
Yeah.
they're happy. They're okay. They're dead.
Yeah, right. Maybe that's what heaven is. You get to just do cocaine and never overdose.
Mike, you said you've done cocaine before, right?
Like twice.
What does that make you do?
Well, the first time it just made me feel really funny. Like I
You go
was
to
up
Katz's
until like,
Deli.
what do you mean?
I don't know. It's just funny to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mike on coke cuts down to 4 meals a day.
Yeah. He goes to Katz's. He gets like a
Appetite
medium
suppressant.
Hey, Mr. Racine, you want your regular order? The falafel guy at like 3 a.m. No, I'm actually all right. I have this weird thing though. I can't tell when I'm fat. Like every day I look at myself in the mirror and I go, looking good. And then I'll see myself on camera and I'll be like, what's happening there? I guess if you have any
'cause
extra,
when you look in the mirror, you're
Mhm.
like your posture's good.
Yes.
and you're kind
Yeah.
of squinting, so you're not really seeing yourself.
know the
You're, like,
angles,
trying
yeah.
to tell yourself you look good, and then you catch yourself like in
Yeah.
the window when you're walking by
God.
something, and you're like,
Yeah.
gremlin.
Yeah, I have that because I always look fine in the mirror, and then like
Mhm.
you get a Uber Eats or whatever or a
Mhm.
DoorDash,
Mhm.
and they'll take a picture of the bag, or if you answer the door, they'll take a picture of you holding the bag.
Mhm.
So I saw that picture of myself. I'm like, God damn it! Did Slender Man order food? That guy who has all those children murdered. And it's just weird, like, because I know I'm skinny, but I look in the mirror sometimes you don't see it, but then like
Yeah.
the photo from the right angle, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Why don't you start lifting?
I did actually. Well, I'm doing push-ups now, 15 push-ups every other day.
Yeah.
So, but it's like the main thing is I got to eat.
Sean,
more.
let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
That's not enough. You got to do heavy weights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe some squats. You got to go in the gym and do squats every day and grow your ass.
Pull-up bar is life changing.
Yeah.
Is it? How many
That'd be
pull-ups
cool.
can you do?
Like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'd take a break after like 5, and then 30
Yeah.
seconds later I could do like another 5.
Yeah. I can do like 5 or 6, which is, that's me pulling like 275 pounds.
I couldn't do 2 when I moved into my place, which
Yeah.
has a pull-up bar.
Yeah.
But you can't like walk past it without doing them. Like,
Without
it
yeah.
feels nice to stretch, and then you're like, oh, I might as well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and it's fun because like you do feel yourself like you'll just be able to do more pull-ups
Yeah.
the more pull-ups you do. So
That should be okay. So the intro of Cum Actually, they're
Uh-huh.
like, on 9/11, the final messages that they left for their family, they were not messages of hate. They were messages about how badly they wanted to come. They were messages to their wives and girlfriends and mistresses about how badly they wish they could come in their pussies right now. But unfortunately, they're dying in 9/11.
Mommy, what was the last thing Daddy told you before he died on 9/11? He said he loved you very much. Of course. He said that he was very proud of you. Yeah. Yep, no reason to lie about that.
Yeah, like, God, and some girls on Instagram, they would have, on like the 9/11 anniversary,
Yeah.
people make posts. They'd be
Mhm.
like, what we have to remember from 9/11 is how precious life is, and how love is all that matters.
Yeah.
Like this kind of
Yeah, yeah.
live, laugh, love 9/11 shit. It really pisses me off
Right.
because again, it's like a mass murder
Yeah.
with the perpetrator still walking free today,
Sure.
and this kind of retarded influencer culture.
Well, it's almost like, okay,
grinds my gears.
your plane gets hijacked. Like, what do you mean messages of hate? Like, oh, tell Jerry he's got to give me my fucking lawnmower back. The plane got hijacked. Tell Tamara at Retro Fitness she's not.
That would
she's
actually
not
be
getting-
yours.
That would be mine. Yeah, I just call Retro Fitness right before the plane hits the building. Yeah, can I talk to a manager? Oh, she's not in. Again, she's not in. Is she ever in? Does she exist? Deb's like, oh, my husband's cell phone must have been dead or something. Oh, he never liked to pay for Wi-Fi. I'm just cursing at some 16-year-old that works at Retro Fitness. Put her on the fucking phone. I know she's there. I called yesterday.
Yeah,
Do you know why the cell worked?
The cell phones work.
Don't work now.
Well, they were flying pretty low.
Yeah, it's
It was
amazing.
too
It's
low.
amazing they can make calls at 10,000 feet, but Scott can't make a call at 7 miles away.
Yeah, just connected to the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. But I promise if I'm on the 92nd floor and I'm going to die, my final messages will be messages of hate to my co-hosts.
Yeah. Well, the problem with you, Sean, is you're very conflict averse, so
I'm a little
You
bit
don't-
of a Seattle passive kind of
right.
guy.
Right. So you don't always say when something is you don't always say what's really bothering you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I wish you guys would take a little more initiative on the episode ideas. And I'm guilty of that too, but
Yeah.
we
Well-
need hooks. That's my idea now.
Well, I think you should shut the fuck up. Fucking.
Hey, maybe
You
do like famous.
Hey. Yeah. What's that?
We could
Oh,
pan
Yeah.
Hook from.
damn! I wonder how the patrons are going to feel about 50% of Scott on the episode. I think half of Scott is a real change of pace.
No, but I thought we decided on the episode today, and then I started researching it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I think
actually,
you wanted more time.
no,
to
I
research.
think we did the right thing because it's like Scott has very interesting and good music opinions. So
Mhm,
I'd
yeah.
rather he be in the room when we talk about Sam Cooke and
Mhm.
Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
Because then we might have run, if we'd done the episode of that, we might have run into this where he kind of cuts out
Yeah.
halfway through his answer, and that would be annoying for people.
Yeah.
So I think we did the right thing.
I-
And those will be the next episodes.
They're gonna be good.
I guess just a little takeaway from the Sam Cooke thing, from the little amount of research that I did, was that there was a time in show business, show business used to mean something.
Yeah,
You could cheat on your wife,
that's right.
and maybe you got shot to death in a motel for hookers. Maybe that's how it ended. But you had a good life before that happened.
That's right.
And now it's you're relegated to doing a podcast. And so not only are you podcasting, the lowest form of entertainment, but if you get caught cheating on your wife, it's over. Your marriage is over.
That's terrible.
You know what I mean? I did not think I would be here.
Yeah. And you
I
got a phone so they can check your location all the time.
You can check your location all the time. Deb showed me the other day. She was like, "This is here's how you check my location." I said, "I don't want to do that. I don't know. I don't want to know where you are."
Yeah.
But
it's a one-way street too.
Yeah.
Because she could probably just turn off her location, and then what are you
Yeah.
going to do about it? But vice versa, it's a big fight.
Yeah. But should I start looking at it?
I don't know.
I hate learning new things. But this is where she is right now. So I can just check where she is all the time. I don't like that.
It's so weird.
I don't like that.
No.
Every night, she's like a penguin in Batman Returns.
Only the government. Only the government and all of my apps should know where I am all the
Yes. Yes.
time. Not people close to me.
Yeah.
That's funny. Deborah's at the SNL after party.
She told me.
Yeah, that
she
would
was-
just create anxiety for me. I would never, you don't want to just in general,
Yeah. Oh, Deb must be doing late night speech therapy at the SNL after party. All right, guys. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to wrap up?
Patreon.com/outforsmokes.
And I will be in Nashville at Zany's Wednesday, October 4th. You can get your tickets at zanies.nashville.com. I need you to get your tickets because they're really bugging me about ticket sales, folks. They're telling me that there's only a couple left, or a couple sold. I forget what it was. So get your tickets over there, and then October 20th, I'll be at the Laughing Stock Comedy Club in Hershey, Pennsylvania. Should be fun. I really don't know though. Could be bad. It's a new club, so I'm not sure. But the guy who owns it, a friend of mine. So come out if you live near Hershey, PA. Laughing Stock Comedy Club, October 20th. Get our shirts. We got a new T-shirt, Johnny. You're gonna throw that up on the video right there. We got a nice T-shirt, a new one. OFSshirts@gmail.com. Place your order. Include your size and shipping to pre-order. And then when we have the shirts, I'll request payment and ship them out to you. And I guess that's it, unless we got anything else.
No.
We're at Skankfest next week. Skankfest next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Vegas, if
Yeah.
anyone's out there.
And there's some controversy with the executive producer of Skankfest that we will address over on the
what?
Patreon. Well, no, Lewis just getting dragged on Twitter a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But nothing negative to say. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the show.
If any of you guys want to write Cum Actually, like actually sit down and write the script, that could be a good thing for if we ever do a live show, we could just write Cum Actually.
Yeah.
And just perform scenes of it. Yeah. So if any of you guys want to take the reins on that, let us know. We'll split all the revenue, 60-40, 60 for us because, it was our idea. But if you're an aspiring writer, maybe that's your foot in the door, writing Cum Actually. Thanks for listening, everybody. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Bye.